episode 19 of the New World Top 5 Fights. You guys know the deal. If you want to see your clip featured in the top 5, you can send it to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. Starting us off today, we've got PASCALITO New World. He is playing some Great Axe and Warhammer in light armor. He's hanging outside one of the new PvP outposts and fighting just a few purples. He manages to get a nice kill. Unfortunately, takes a little bit too much damage from the mage and the archer, and he ends up going down. But PASCALITO's got the camp. He respawns, and then he comes back out to fight these guys again. Lots of damage on that reap. Oh my god, and there's the spin. And look at that beautiful gold loot on the ground. Of course, the other guy goes running up to the outpost, and PASCALITO follows him there, finds another player up here too, and he starts attacking. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed this yet, but PASCALITO only has 2 skills on his Warhammer bar. I'm not sure if he's leveling the weapon, if this is intentional so he can take more passives, or if he's just screwing around, but either way, he is still doing a ton of damage with this setup. Look at that, almost 5k crit on that guy with the hammer, and then he gets everybody in the spin. Another player goes down, one player very close to dead, and he tries to land the shockwave. This guy rolls back, but that reap, man, enough reach to finish him off, and then PASCALITO, the heavy attack right away into the armor breaker, does huge damage to that guy. That guy goes up the staircase. PASCALITO's just going to grab his loot, finish off the player, and we are moving on to the next fight. We've got Tootlz playing some rapier and spear inside of OPR. He gets through the doorway, through the enemy players, dealing a lot of damage, jumps on top of that guy, quickly gets a kill on him, and then he moves towards this next player here, just leading with the spear, getting good damage in, but these guys have got some healers doing their job, a lot of health being pumped into that guy by the healer, and Tootlz sees a ton of players coming towards the doorway. He decides to go through, and that was a great call because not very many follow him out the back here, only 2 players on top of him, and he got great damage on that healer. And then Tootlz just is going to go for the little bit of a heal up, and he manages to stick onto the healer with the spear. Oh no, the poor guy is gassed out of stamina, and Tootlz quickly forces the mage to use his entomb, keeps up the pressure with the spear light attacks, and oh my god, the tracking on spear just so good. He sticks right to that guy, finishes him off before he can get into that burnout. Moving on to the next clip, we've got SparkySharky playing Rapier and Blunderbuss, but he's actually got the finisher on that Rapier bar, so huge burst if he gets that crit with the Blunderbuss to land that Keenly Jagged, and because there's so many pellets, there you see he gets the crit right away, and he gets huge damage on this player with his Blunderbuss, tries to get him with the Tondo, the enemy player just out of range, and Sparky backs up a little bit, drinks that potion, and then right away back to this huge burst. Oh my god, right in the head, all headshots, massive damage. That guy goes down, and now there's a ton of red and a few friendly players on the outside here with Sparky. Sparky just goes right into the stack and starts blasting one of the players. Tries to get the damage in. Unfortunately, there's a lot of healing on the stack there. Sparky backs up and goes for the player that's kind of overextended here, but the friendly player's slowly getting overwhelmed. Sparky comes to the rescue. He does get the kill on that player. Unfortunately, the friendly, very low health, gets picked off right away, and Sparky is in a nasty spot here. He is slowly running out of health. He's got a lot of enemy players on his tail, using the Blunderbuss well just to back up and trying to break as much distance as he can. And oh my god, the amount of healing on Shirking heals. Sparky's health shoots right back up. He gets very aggressive. He's also got some lifesteal on this build too. He's pulling a lot of health out of these guys when he lands those combos, and the enemy player just gets blasted to the face. Unfortunately, not enough damage to take him down, and Sparky's just going to keep kiting. He throws down the Tondo, goes for the finish there, gets great damage off on that guy, and then he switches to the Blunderbuss, trying to land that kill combo. This guy just moving out of the way, and unfortunately, he gets caught by the Void Gauntlet, and he isn't able to get on top of him, but there, another Tondo lands. Sparky goes for the finish, unfortunately not on the player that he Tondoed, and the enemy player's just keeping a lot of pressure. Sparky taking a lot of damage, manages to get the roll just in time, and then huge damage on the Blunderbuss. Oh my god, he's got a ton of healing on this build with the lifesteal as well, and he's just keeping up so much pressure. He takes one of the enemy players down, and Sparky switches to the tanky target, unloads a bit of damage into him, but this guy very durable, and he's just going to quickly heal up with the potion, turn around, go for that flourish, and finish massive amounts of damage. This guy panicking, not knowing what to do. Sparky finishes him off with a few more pokes, and the last player goes for the door. Sparky says no, throws the grenade down, and this poor guy gassed himself before Sparky even got to him, so Yeah, Sparky just absolutely punishes him with the blunderbuss. Well played. Moving on to our next fight, we've got Windy playing the Fire Staff Abyss build. He's in medium armor, and inside of an arena, his friendly player taking a ton of damage right off the bat and then killed by the Greatsword player. Windy right away tries to get some revenge. He does manage to land the gravity well, and then he goes for burnout through this enemy player, and the enemy actually ends up missing that counter. Unfortunately, Windy gets hit by the hammer, just gets out of it in time, and then he turns around, tries to go for that heavy attack. The hammer player again with the interrupt, but Windy hits him with a huge amount of damage from the spin. The heavy player going down, and he finds himself very low health right now, taking a ton of damage from this Greatsword bow player. Windy manages to drop off the edge in time. The bow player also very low on health. And man, Fire Staff OP, he gets around the corner into that burnout, well placed, and then jumps on top of this other enemy player and just lands a huge combo on him. A nice fast fight. And finally, for the last fight, we have got Nyce Gaming, and he is playing that Sword and Shield Serenity Greatsword build. And oh my god, man, he plays this thing so good. This is such a cool build to watch in action because you don't get to see a ton of heavy armor 1vx. So without further ado, let's start commentating this fight. The enemy players jump on top of Nyce. He's got a friendly player with him here too. Nyce wants to try to close that kill, so he goes through with the Greatsword. And the enemy player just running back behind some more, and Nyce gets that speed bonus from the resolve and manages to break a good amount of distance, get behind the tree, and these guys come around the corner. This guy very low on health. He does have the hatchet, so he does have the save. No, he doesn't. He just goes down. Oh my god, Nyce just picking up the kill right away, and then huge damage on those Greatsword heavies when he turns around on this other player. This guy trying to avoid the damage. Nyce just keeping the pressure on with the sword and shield, and he gasses his stamina. And he does manage to get that poke in, finishing that guy off, goes through with the Greatsword, and just starts landing a ton of damage on this mage. He goes for the counter right away as that enemy pops out. Really good call. He doesn't manage to get the knockback, but it is great for that mitigation. And then Nyce sees a lot more enemy players coming towards him. And he goes into that accelerating resolve again, managing to break a lot of distance with that really fat speed bonus. And you see a lot of the voice over top of his head. He's actually talking to his friends in this clip. I cut it out. Don't worry, he's not talking trash. He's actually a nice guy. Get it? Okay, anyway, so he manages to break a good amount of distance from the bulk of the enemy players, and it looks like he has 3 that have continued to pursue him. And Nyce just doing a great job mitigating damage with that block and continuing to move himself into a better position where he has a little bit of cover and can try to do a bit of a turnaround here. And this is perfect. He gets in the rocks. The enemy players all follow, and now they're all clumped up. He manages to land the hard stun on 2 of them. Huge damage on the Greatsword heavy attack, and he connects the steadfast strike. This guy almost goes down, managing to get away. Nyce tries to get on top with the spin. The sword and shield gap closer, the one that actually gets him, and he just sticks to him with those light attacks. Another enemy player goes down, and Nyce just keeps the pressure on now. He's got a lot of lifesteal with this build too, so with that bulk and lifesteal, he can just hit these guys with his heavy attacks and pull so much health out of them. Big damage on this guy. Oh my god, 6.2k heavy attack on such a tanky build. And this last guy tries desperately to just get out of there, but now he's in trouble, man, because Nyce is on top of him. He manages to break enough distance that Nyce can't land that light attack. The wolf coming in to save the enemy player. But man, that sword and shield gets on top of him and sticks to this guy. And Nyce just takes him down with the light attacks. Really crazy fight. Absolutely well played. And there's a link to Nyce's build down in the description if you guys want to check that out. And for the bonus clip today, we've got Bruh playing some Rapier Musket Glass Cannon in the arena. Hope you guys enjoy this. Of course, if you want to check out anybody featured in today's episode, you can find links to them down below. And if you want to send in your own clip for the New World Top 5 fights, you can send it to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. Best of luck to you guys. My website, pvpnewworld.com, has a ton of PvP builds, so feel free to browse it. And of course, if you want to catch a live stream from me, there's a link to my Twitch down below for you guys too. A big thank you to our sponsor, ExpressVPN. They help keep you safe on the internet, and you guys can get a deal with them thanks to the link down below. And of course, a massive thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show, whether you've done in the past, whether you're doing it right now. Thank you so much for keeping it going. Thanks everybody just for tuning in and watching, and of course, a massive thank you to everybody for sending in those clips. Seriously, check these guys' channels out. They've got a lot of awesome gameplay. And have a great night, everybody. Hope to see you next time.